Today I'm here with Dan Somerville of Somerville Homes, and I'm so excited to interview him about his company and why he builds in Vienna. So let's get started.
Sure.
Dan, my first question is why and how did you get into building houses?
It probably started at an early age. I had a childhood friend whose dad was a developer in construction, and so that kind of just piqued my interest. So I actually ended up at Virginia Tech in a building construction major. Building construction preps you to be a project manager in commercial construction. So I did commercial construction for years, building shopping centers, small office buildings.
Cool.
And then in early 2000s, my wife and I actually decided to tear down our house in Vienna and build a new custom. And it was early in that phase of Vienna where not a lot was happening. There's only a few builders. But through that process, I befriended the builder and I said, hey, if you ever get busy enough and need somebody, let me know. And that ended up happening. So I left my commercial construction job, worked for him for about 4 years, and then went on my own. And it just started from there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And obviously we are standing in one of Dan's newest projects in one of his beautiful kitchens. So he's done very well since then in starting his own company.
Yeah.
All right, my next question is, how many houses do you build a year on average?
Well, I'm kind of slowing down. So right now it's just 2 to 3 a year. I mean, in my peak even, it was only 3 to 4. I was doing a lot of customs, 3 to 4 at a time. And I think if you expand past that, and you really have to expand your team, and it was about controlling and making sure I can service my clients well. So I've always remained small. So yeah, 3 to 4 in the prime, 2 to 3 now.
So fellow control freak apparently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is the favorite feature that you've put into a home that you built?
Well, I'm biased because I'm a golfer, so I enjoy golf. So doing a sim lounge in a house where in the basement, you need a 10-foot swing clearance. So we dropped the basement slab in a section and did an elaborate golf simulator for the client.
So that's one of the things that I think is unclear when you're going between a mass builder and a custom builder.
Yeah.
They can do stuff like that. You can have all the creativity to be like, I really want this thing. How do we make this happen? And these guys know how to do it.
Yeah, and that kind of excites me too. I mean, when someone brings up an idea, I'm kind of like, I'm open to it. Like,
Yeah.
I like doing cool stuff. So I start to research it and find out what needs to be done. And I just enjoy that part of it.
Yeah, I think that's so fun because everyone has their Pinterest board, right? And
Yeah.
they're like, hey, can I do this? And so
Right.
It's not fun when you go to a builder and they're like, we can't do that, sorry. So
No, it's a challenge
awesome.
for me and my subs, and I enjoy it.
Yeah, that's great. It keeps you on your toes.
Sure.
All right. Is there something that most buyers ask you about building a house that still surprises you?
I don't know if anything really surprises me anymore. Some questions I got a lot, one question I got a lot was, can you build a smaller house?
Yeah, that comes up a lot.
It does,
Yeah.
right? Because these, people call them McMansions or whatever. And it's not that builders want to build these giant houses. It's just for a client, it makes financial sense. Sure, we can build you a smaller house. I'll build you whatever you want. But when you start pointing out the financials of it, you're not going to be able to resell that house for what you need, for what you have in it. You kind of need that square footage and that bedroom count in order to make it a good investment for your family. And when you kind of point that out, people start to realize, okay. But I do get the question a lot of, can you build a smart house? And the answer is yes, I'll build you whatever you want.
The economies of scale come in, right?
Yes.
It's just not
Exactly.
cost-benefit analysis. Right. Yeah. What is the most asked question by custom build buyers?
I would say, what's the cost per square foot?
Yeah.
Which we really can't answer. It's like asking, what does a car cost? Do you want a Fiat? Do you want a Mercedes with all the bells and whistles? And even in the square foot question, the front porches, do you want a front porch, a screen porch? Don't count towards your square footage, but they cost a lot to build. Mm-hmm. So that raises your per square foot cost. So it's really, builders aren't being cheeky trying to get around the question. It's just a hard question to answer. We can't really answer it until we know specifics of exactly what you want. Do you want the high-end refrigerators, or is a GE standard okay? A built-in refrigerator versus a push-in. All those things matter, and all those things affect square foot price. So we can't really answer it until we have all the specifics.
Yeah, and even when people walk in the door and they think they know what they want, and then you put them in the showroom with the tile and all the different options, I mean, the price just escalates and it can get out of control.
And they all think they'll have and they think they can be disciplined and stay within their budget, but you're right. When that shiny object is in front of them, like, oh, maybe I want that.
Yeah, maybe I want that. Maybe I didn't account for that in our initial budget. And so flexibility and keeping awareness of that is important.
Yeah, and I see it as my job as a builder to, when we establish a budget, I want to keep you within that budget because it is stressful when you're overspending. So I'm always pointing out, if you're going after that shiny object, hey, this wasn't budgeted. Are you sure? So it's my job to guide them.
I think that's important, and having someone to be like, hey, remember this used to be really important too. Is it still now?
Yeah.
That's important too.
All right.
Is there one piece of advice you'd want everyone to know before they meet with a builder?
Yeah, I guess just understand what you're looking for in a custom build. Do you want to be involved in every decision? Do you want to be involved in the design? Do you want to pick every aspect of the house? Because there's a lot to decide. Or do you want to pick from a plan that a builder has? Certain builders have different business plans are set up different ways. I can design you a fully custom house. We can design it from scratch, or we can pick a plan. But just understand what your capability is, or what your bandwidth is to build a custom home, and find the builder that suits you. And then the second part is understand that building a home or building a custom home and picking a builder is really about relationship too. You're married to this person, this company for 8 to 12 months.
Right.
So can you see yourselves working together for that time frame? It's really a relationship.
Yeah, and the other important thing is if you are not super decisive, it's just going to elongate the delivery time, because every decision that you hem and haw about just pushes out what he can do and when he can do it.
Sure.
So that's also important when they're meeting with you, if they can self-assess, like, yep, I will be responsive, I will make the selections when you need them.
Sure,
right?
Absolutely. Revisiting decisions kind of slows things down. And we try to help with, in that process. And we're advisors too, like, is this a good idea? So we try and help people make that decision and stick with it. And it just helps the whole build process go smoothly.
That's awesome. That's great. Okay. Why Vienna?
Well, first, I'm biased. I grew up here, raised my kids here. It's a great location. You have Tyson's, you have Merrifield, access to 66, toll road, 495. It's a great place to get anywhere you want to go. But of course, the main part is the town. There's a lot of people probably sick of hearing about it, but Vienna really is a great town. There's so many young families here. On any given day, the school lets out, and you see kids walking home. It's a walking community. It's a great community, and it's really amongst the chaos of Northern Virginia. It has remained a small town, and it's really, really great.
All right, so let's hear your favorite place. Where is someone most likely to run into you in town?
Honestly, nowadays, with kids in high schools, and doing sports, it's Madison High School. I feel like I'm there all the time.
Community involvement, there it is.
Yeah, community involvement, and it's great. I mean, Friday night football games are so much fun, and I've just kind of leaned into it. But if most likely you're going to see me there nowadays.
Yeah, it's awesome. Proud dad, proud builder in Vienna.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate it.
Sure, I appreciate it.
Where can they find you online?
It's SomervilleHomesInc.com.